Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Elite Nurse Lifestyle, where we discuss all things fashion, but most importantly, fragrances. And so today I have one of the most coveted fragrant houses. I have wanted to put my hands on one of these fragrances for a long time. And I'm going to be reviewing the house of Amouage. Interlude specifically is the fragrance, Interlude by Amouage. And I have heard so many things about this fragrance. Quite a few perfume heads that I follow, they love this fragrance. And so I was like really intrigued and wanted to own one of the fragrances from this house, because not only is the packaging stunning, it's just usually very high quality, and you definitely get your money's worth whenever you obtain any of these fragrances, right? And so I chose Interlude, and it was a blind buy, guys. Like I always say, I'm like the queen of blind buys, and usually it pays off for me. I have to say though, this fragrance, it threw me for a loop when I got this fragrance in the mail. And so I was just like, oh my God, what is this? Like, I don't know. The opening, I was just not impressed with the opening at all. So let's backtrack a bit. So Amouage Interlude, and Amouage is a perfume house that is based in Oman, and that's in the Middle East. And so you definitely feel the Arabic influences, the spices, the very spicy type of notes are used in this fragrance, right? And the bottle apparently is shaped like the Ruwi Mosque in Oman. And I have to say, guys, that's what really drew me to this fragrance, to this house in particular. The packaging is just stunning. It has jewels at the top. It has gold embossed on the bottle, and it is just really excellent packaging. And so Interlude in particular, it's very spicy, it's balsamic, a little very woodsy, musky. These fragrances also are known to have so many notes included, and I'm not sure in particular if having that many notes in this fragrance did it justice, or it was just too much going on, because it threw me for a loop. And so the opening, I'm trying to see if I should tell you about the opening first or show you the packaging. Let's show you the packaging. Okay, so this is the Amouage Interlude. There it is. Okay, and I love the packaging. Like I said, it has the crown right there, and the bottom looks like that with the barcode, and it opens up like this. And so there we go. But guys, look at the detail of this. It has the Interlude right there written, and the top has like a really cute jewel, blue jewel right there. Also, the name is there with the gold detail. That's the bottom. And the side also has the name of the fragrance, right? And the other cool part is that it has a magnetic top. Isn't that cool? I've been playing with this like It's so cool. So the top is really heavy, and the fragrance, guys, like I said, I've heard people rave about this fragrance, but it just ain't, the opening is not for me. So when I first received this fragrance, I smelled it and I was like, I could smell it before I even sprayed it, right? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm too keen on this fragrance right now. So I sprayed it, and right away, okay, right away you get like this opening, like a citrusy opening. And I'm gonna tell you what the opening has. It has bergamot, and so that and grapefruit. So that's the citrusy part of the opening. It also has ginger and something called tagetti, which I looked it up, and it says it is reminiscent of like green apples. So it's fruity, it's citrusy, and then the heart notes are rose, orange blossom, nut, coffee, jasmine, and I typically love jasmine in a fragrance. It also has frankincense, which I usually like in a fragrance as well, because it gives that smoky, very, seductive vibe a little bit. And there is something called apopanox, which is like a gum resin, and it smells, they said it smells like sweet myrrh or warmed honey, smoky, powdery, or balsamic scent. So that's where you get that spiciness to the fragrance, right? With that balsamic note. And I don't know if that's what I'm not too keen on in the fragrance, but it also has sandalwood, helichrysum. I don't know what that is, but I looked it up, and it said it was from the sunflower family, and it smells very medicinal and earthy. Now, I think that might be the note that I'm not too keen on, because it definitely has like a really medicinal quality and earthy vibe to it. And so that's not all, there's more. So it also has honey, agarwood, which is the same thing as oud. I just think that the agarwood is from the bark of the tree, as opposed to the middle part of the tree. There's also kiwi, musk, leather, tonka, amber, vanilla, benzoin, oak moss. I'm not too keen on oak moss either. So there's a few notes in this fragrance that is kind of, I'm not a fan of. There's also sandalwood. So guys, this literally has to be about 20 notes, close to 20 notes in this fragrance, right? And I've seen fragrances with that many notes before, but it's done like really, really well, right? And I'm not dissing this fragrance, because when it dried down, okay, so when I received it, I sprayed it. And my daughter, she's 14, she loves fragrances also. So we were so happy when we received it in the mail. And of course, the packaging is super cute, right? Then we sprayed it, and we looked at each other. We were like, my daughter was like, that ain't it. That is not it. So I was like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm smelling. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to wear it, because I know a lot of times, sometimes I may not like the opening, but then the dry down, I like. And I have to say, I did like the dry down. After about 3 hours, I was like, okay, it's not too bad. It became more, that's where I found the sweetness, because, it says it has honey and rose and things like that, and jasmine, and which usually tends to give off like a powdery vibe, and I do like powdery fragrances. And so after 3 hours, I was like, okay, it's less obnoxious. And I actually, you know, was liking it a bit. But don't laugh, but my daughter and I was like, this smells like the alligator in New York somewhere. I'm like, at the opening, I was just like, this is what everyone is raving about? Like, I've seen people call it the blue beast. I'm like, yeah, it's beastly. It is beastly, especially with that opening. I was just like, I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that. And so it dried down, and I liked it you know, a little better. But guys, I have to be honest, this won't necessarily be the one of those that I'm gonna pull for quite often. You know, I do like it because I do like the dry down, but that opening, boy, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Should I be waiting, not go in public for 3 hours before I can, you know, so I don't offend anyone, before I can wear this fragrance? So I have to stay home for about 3 hours, and then I'll be able to go outside so I don't offend anyone. I'm like, if I spray this perfume and immediately go out into public, I'm scared that people are gonna think I might have pissed on myself or something. So I was just like, I don't know. Tell me what, if you guys have experience with this fragrance, tell me what your thoughts were about it. Because when I tell you, honey, this one threw me for an entire loop, okay? I was just like, what is this? Are you kidding me? So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on Interlude from the house of Amouage? If there is another fragrance that you like, I do want to get a few more fragrances from this house. And this time I'm going to be a little bit more cautious when I do, but tell me, what are your faves from the house of Amouage? And definitely, I'm so curious to know what your thoughts on this fragrance was. Okay, so typically I usually rate it. So for packaging, of course, 5 out of 5. I mean, it has the jewel at the top, it has the gold detail, it has the magnetic closure. Of course, 5 out of 5, I think. You know, longevity, beast mode, okay? 10 to 12 hours, even longer. Sillage, definitely, this is a monster, okay? A sillage monster. So I knew better than to overspray with this one. I literally sprayed once or maybe twice, and it was like everywhere. So go easy with that. And the scent, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, y'all, just because I like the dry down, okay? But on that opening, I may have to go to a 2 for the opening. So again, guys, if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, hit that bell, you know, because you're gonna want to watch some more. I have another really cool house that I just got in the mail, and I love this one. This is amazing. This was a blind buy too, but it made up for this one. So hit the notification bell so you won't miss anything, and like, share, and subscribe. And as always, leave me a note. Let me know if there's anything else that you would want me to review. If you have any questions, you know, I may do a question and answer for in the future. So let me know. Just drop me a note, okay?